Obscenely College!
This week we're talking about movies within the next year that are coming out that we're really excited and looking forward to seeing.
Absolutely.
And I think Clippers is going to talk about a couple movies that are coming out right now.
Exactly.
I kind of want to see the new movie called Love and Drugs.
I think it's Love and Other Drugs.
Love and Other Drugs.
Okay,
yeah,
that's what it is.
it's called.
I want to see that too.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway is my favorite. I love her.
Well,
And I believe, what's his name? Jake
Gyllenhaal.
Jake, yeah, sexy.
Well, the last time that they were in a movie together, he was gay and she flashed her breasts, so that's always fun. It was Brokeback Mountain. It was the last one that they were in, so it'll be good to actually see them be in a movie where they actually really like each other.
Where the chemistry is there.
Not
in other places.
And not a tire iron.
What?
You remember?
Oh, I don't remember. That's been so long. I try to block it out a little bit.
I'm not sure when it's playing in theaters, but I'd like to see it this weekend. And also, I want to see Morning Glory
Oh,
with Notebook star
I mean, I know that's
Rachel
pretty-
McAdams.
Rachel McAdams. Love her.
Oh yeah, she's like one of my favorite actresses.
And I heard she's old.
She's like in her late 30s.
Yeah, I
or
heard
she's getting close
That's
to her 40s.
not old.
I don't
No,
mean
it's
like
old,
old.
but it's older
I
than
thought
she
she was
looks.
way younger, like 28.
Well, because like when
30.
she was in like The Notebook, I think she was in her late 20s or early 30s. That was early 30s when she was in The Notebook, but she played like a 17-year-old girl.
Right.
So it's hard because you always like connect to the actors like who they are in the movie rather than who they are in real life.
Exactly.
But
But yeah, I mean, this movie looks pretty phenomenal because you've
kinda has
got
to do
Jeff
with-
Goldblum, you've got Diane Keaton, you've got Harrison Ford.
Ford.
Love Diane.
And then
Keaton.
that hot guy from
he's the one
her
that
love
she hooks
interest.
up with.
Her love interest is
yes.
What movie does that guy play in?
Scruffy beard.
He
Little
played
Children.
in the movie. Oh wait, hang on a second.
Watchmen?
No, the movie where the terrace, something terrace. It had Samuel Jackson.
Lakeview Terrace.
Is that right?
Lakeview Terrace
Where
was
he
Samuel
played
Jackson.
Where Samuel L. Jackson was like the crazy
A neighbor.
and
Who was
he
also a cop.
Yeah, and he was like real racist.
And they were an interracial couple.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
I think it just has to do with her going on a early show or Today Show, and just living her life
And to
in,
bring in
in the
ratings.
news world, and
Yeah.
she
trying to make
she
it as a big
finds
producer.
hot love interest, and then I guess he ends up working with her. I don't know. I've just seen the previews
I'm
a few
sure
times.
that's going to be fabulous.
Oh yeah.
And I watched a preview. Diane Keaton was on Ellen yesterday, and they showed a shot of her like where she had to pick up a frog and she kissed the frog, but instead like she actually puts her whole mouth over the frog's head because she's supposed
Shut
to
up.
be this anchor that'll like do anything
Right.
like that anybody says or like no, but she doesn't care. And like she asked her, she's like, was that written in? Like, were you supposed to do that? And she's like, no, I just did it. She was like, I just did it. I thought it was fun. I was like, crazy girl. You are crazy.
I'm
So-
looking into seeing those movies this weekend, so
Absolutely.
not in Alva for sure,
No, but
Oh,
Hopefully they'll
Thursday
come.
is having an early showing. Rialto is
Harry
having
Potter?
of Harry Potter.
okay, I was wondering because that comes out this weekend.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah,
Harry
and they're having a
Potter!
10 o'clock showing, and I'm not going to a big city
I'm
to go
not
watch
a big
it.
Harry
So
Potter fan.
That's
Me-
this
me
Thursday.
neither.
That's
I've never
tomorrow.
that's tomorrow. At
Ooh,
10.
I'm going. I'm going.
Me too.
Because I like me some Harry Potter. So, I mean, this is the first of the last two. It's gonna be a big
Yeah, I
deal.
mean, well, we've got all of these new big productions coming out. I mean, isn't your favorite series coming to theaters soon?
Oh,
no,
Lord,
it's
here
still a
we go.
year away from.
Oh, is
we're
it a
talking about
year
Breaking
away?
Dawn. That's a year. They're filming right now in. I think Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart are filming in South America right now. They're doing the honeymoon scene from the first book. Well, it is one book, but broken into 3 parts. But they're gonna do 2 movies. And
So
they're
there's
just-
exactly 2 movies left, correct?
There's 2 movies, yeah. And the first one comes out next month, this month, next year, so November of 2011. And then the second part and the final part should be really sad, but that will come out in the summer, that following summer of 12?
12,
Yes,
yeah.
like June 12th.
Now I have a question.
Wow.
What do you think
They're
if
spreading it out.
yes, if Summit is really desperate to make rents every dime out of that franchise, what do you think the possibility of them doing a prequel called Creating the Cullens or something like that? Did you ever think that they would do something like that?
Oh, I
Are
didn't
they
even. I
going
didn't
to?
even think about it. I mean, of course, I think that it would all be at the hands of Stephanie Meyer.
Right.
Like, because I know that she always said, because the reason why she picked like Melissa Rosenberg and Summit Entertainment for it is because all the other places, they wanted to change the script. They wouldn't give her full reign.
Right.
And Summit was like, okay, whatever. Like, we won't change anything. We'll keep everything exactly like you like it. And like, she's always there during the production. Like, she goes and checks everything out, and they get her approval and everything, and she approves the script. And she's a big part of it. So I think it would have to do with what she wants to do. But I know that she said before the first movie even came out, she said that she could see herself returning to the story, but it would be years from now, and there's a place in the book that it could pick up, which if you're a Twilight fan, you probably have a good idea where she'd pick it up at and with what characters, but of course the actors wouldn't be able to be the same because they can't age.
Right.
So that might not be a good idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, because I know that they're doing, which, I mean, who knows with the technology, but they are reinventing or going back to the prequel of The Hobbit, which, you know, the famous Lord of the Rings series. They did the trilogy, and Peter Jackson is now working on the, you know, prequel to that of, you know, how the ring was found. First off, you know, because in the first one he has the ring, and so they're going to go back and, you know, start the story from the beginning. So that's why I was just asking
That
if
might
they
be a
would
really good
possibly,
idea. It'd
you know,
probably be like years later or
oh
something.
yeah, because you could go into the dynasty of what these, you know, vampires were and how it all trickled up. I mean, there's an intricate story there, so there's a market. So I was just asking to see if you knew anything.
No, I don't know anything, but I could definitely see. I mean, I could see it. So.
Yeah, well, speaking of next year, April 15th, 2011, my favorite franchise is hitting theaters, coming back, reinventing the rules for Scream 4.
Yeah.
So you've got Emma Roberts, and then you have Hayden Panettiere. You've got all the original three. Nev Campbell returns her role as
What about
Sidney
Courtney
Prescott.
Cox?
Courtney Cox comes back, and David
David
Arquette,
Arquette.
and actually their daughter, I think, is going to play their daughter, Coco Arquette, and so everyone's coming back,
so
and it's
cool.
yeah.
I really
they're-
loved the original Scream. It
Yeah,
was
oh,
so-
yeah.
It was
I mean, that
All
was-
three, all of the first three were good.
Yeah.
Like, I liked them. Like, I know that usually, like, you know, sequels, they kind of get down, but I didn't care. Like, I was like, this is so
like,
good.
you know, how Saw is like so, I mean,
It's
it
ridiculous,
just
and
gets worse and worse and worse every time.
Yeah, I
But
mean
the
that.
Scream
But see,
thing, they were good.
the thing about the Saws is, I mean, it's so, you know, non-dimensional. And the only dimension it has in depth is the way that they kill people, because they end it to where anyone could come up. Oh, a survivor is now the killer. You know, this is, and the one thing I liked about it was because he really did. Kevin Williamson, the writer of it, recreated the rules to horror and made it so intricate that it created a whole new genre of whodunit, if you will. Because you didn't know. At the end, you were like, well, who's the killer and what's the motive? And he just totally changed and revamped it. And so, and that's what this next three trilogies, the newer trilogies, is supposed to do, is that it's supposed to end the story with Sydney and carry it on with Emma. So somewhere in there, there's a
So
shift in transition.
The fourth movie, this is going to end Sydney's story.
Yeah, this is
So
supposed to.
she won't be in 5 and 6.
And here's the thing, I think she might
So it's not
reprise
gonna pull
her
a
role.
Freddy and Jason, right?
She might reprise her role at the very end of, you know, number 6. But as of right now, this is kind of like a transition. It's almost like handing the torch off to Emma Roberts, who plays her cousin.
Cool.
But I know that he is introducing like cameras. You know, like the kids have like, there's one kid that is big on having a camera and it streams live. So like the murders are streaming live, and people
Wow.
can view
So
it.
it's definitely going to be
yeah, it's definitely
up to date
with the new
murders
generation
kind
and
of
their
thing.
media. And yeah,
Okay.
so it
Well,
looks
sounds really
pretty
good.
That's gonna do it for us this week.
Bye. Bye.
Adios.